How Judaism traveled south deep into Africa. The Camel Revolution. Everything changed with the widespread use of the camel. Camels could travel days without water. They could carry heavy loads. They could survive extreme heat. By the 1st centuries AD, camel caravans linked North Africa, the Sahel, West Africa. This made regular trans-Saharan travel possible, not once, but constantly. The desert became predictable. And predictability creates settlement. The gold and salt trade. Two resources powered this system. Salt from the north. Gold from the south. West Africa possessed some of the richest gold deposits on Earth. North Africa controlled access to Mediterranean markets. Between them lay the Sahara. Caravans crossed it in both directions, year after year. With every journey, more than goods moved. Languages blended. Beliefs traveled. Stories crossed borders. The Sahara was not empty. It was busy. People on the move. Traders did not travel alone. They brought families. Servants. Scholars. Clerics. Some settled temporarily. Others permanently. North African Berbers moved south. West Africans moved north. Foreign merchants built communities far from home. Over generations, identities merged. This is how cultures transform, not through invasion, but through repetition. And among these travelers were people shaped by Jewish tradition. Religion traveled with the caravans. Islam would later spread rapidly along these routes. But before Islam, other beliefs moved the same way. Judaism had already established itself in North Africa. Jewish merchants were known throughout Mediterranean trade networks. Where trade went, they often followed. Not as conquerors. Not as missionaries. But as participants in a connected world. Over time, Jewish identity, like many others, adapted to African realities. Memory without monuments. One challenge faces historians today. Deserts do not preserve buildings easily. Wood decays. Cloth disappears. Small communities leave few monuments. Absence of evidence is not always evidence of absence. What survives instead is memory, carried orally, passed down, reshaped. This matters when later societies speak of northern or eastern origins. Opening the door south. By the time great empires rose in West Africa, the Sahara was already a familiar road. Ideas had crossed it for centuries. People had crossed it for generations. So when we reach the story of Ghana, we are not entering isolation. We are entering a crossroads. In my next video, the Ghana Empire, I will be talking about Ghana, the first great power in Africa, and what the name Ghana really means.